Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
Hi, I'm Rick Baker. I'm the chair of the Walton County Domestic Violence Task Force, and we started a few weeks back with a donation drive to benefit Project Renewal. And to say that we have been blown away by the generosity of the county is an understatement. We really didn't know what to expect, and you have risen to the occasion. We're so thankful for all of the donations that you have made. This is going to make a wonderful difference, not only for the shelter, but for the families that abide there. With the Domestic Violence Task Force, we have three primary goals that we hope to accomplish. One is to train all of our first responders in what domestic violence looks like, and even how to better respond in a domestic violence situation. And we're very, very thankful to have Assistant Chief Dick Lowry with Loganville Police Department. He has extensive training in this area and even has some information he's going to share and do some training for us. Another goal is that we want to raise awareness about the issue of domestic violence, how to recognize it, how to safely intervene, and with that we mean to be safe for yourself and also to intervene in a way that doesn't cause the situation to be worse for the family that's being affected by it. We're going to develop that information and work toward getting that out. And of course, in order to do all of these things, it requires some money, and so fundraising is our third focus. But we are here primarily to be of benefit and support Project Renewal however we can. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and we just really wanted to do something to help the shelter out. And you came through and helped us do that. So thanks again for all of your support. I want to introduce to you Miss Ashley Dykes. She is the Executive Director of Project Renewal. And so I'll let Ashley tell you a little bit about the shelter.
Thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much to the Domestic Violence Task Force of Walton County. What you guys do and what you guys did in this drive is going to benefit the shelter and those clients that we serve on a daily basis. Our shelter is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And even through COVID, we did not shut down. We were open and operational and continue to do so. We did make some changes to support social distancing and the CDC guidelines in our shelter, but we have been able to remain, again, operational. And you know, we help those in Walton and Newton and Rockdale counties. And if you are in need of assistance, you can contact our crisis line, which is 770-860-1666. And these things are going to help those families that live in the shelter currently and those that have been a part of our program. We do have a transition specialist that works with our families for a year after they leave the shelter. We help them, find employment while they're in the shelter, and we help with financial assistance that's needed. So any contribution that you guys can give to us and to the task force is always appreciated, so that we can continue to serve the families of Walton, Rockdale, and Newton counties.
And I also want to introduce to you Paige Lewis. Paige works with Walton County School System. She's the secretary for the Domestic Violence Task Force and my right hand. I don't know what I would do without Paige. Probably not much. But thank you again for all of your help. We are so very, very appreciative. We hope you all remain safe and that you will have a blessed and wonderful fall time.
And now let's listen to the Yargo Community Concert Band with members from Walton and surrounding counties.
Played this in the summertime. It actually did rain. This is Singing in the Rain. That was the Addams family.
Creative Artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.
Monroe Country Day School's mission is to inspire every student to have a passion for academic and personal excellence through creative learning, independent thinking, and selfless service to others. Students are exposed to the local community and provided opportunities for independent thinking.
What will you do with all the dirt?
Some of the dirt you see has been hauled over here because they're going to have to build the finished floor, the elevation of the building, so that it's got to have the right kind of soil that will compact and tighten up for the footings of the building.
Monroe Country Day School values the whole child. Therefore, we believe in a holistic and integrated approach that involves the development of the student academically, personally, and socially. Monroe Country Day School believes that creative learning produces independent thinking and fosters a love of learning. Excellence is applied to all that we do. We strive to foster students that are pursuing strong academic and personal excellence. Project-based education is integrated into our curriculum.
When we go back in the classroom, we need the combined weight of you guys because we've got to figure our bridge, our mass bridge weight ratio, okay? You got to figure out how much weight it was that finally broke your bridge, okay?
We need a scale for that.
And then on Monday, we're going to redesign. We figured out where some of our flaws are. We're going to spend another week redesigning, all right?
Monroe Country Day School offers personalized education that begins with the personal knowledge of each student academically and each student's personal story. We believe that taking personal responsibilities for one's academic and personal choices produces strong, independent, capable, and confident citizens. Students are taught responsibility for self, peers, and community. Through service to one's peers and community, an equipped leader finds personal growth and fulfillment. We facilitate this leadership through providing experiences of service. Respect is the basis for good dialogue, independent thinking, and mutual enjoyment of life lived in community. Monroe Country Day School is designed for families who see the value of educating the whole child. Monroe Country Day School will reach its mission by maintaining small class sizes, offering project-based learning and a high-level curriculum, and by providing service opportunities in an aesthetically pleasing environment. Monroe Country Day School has positioned itself to produce a community of young people who are strong in mind and character and living as contributing members in their community. For more information, please contact Mandy Wellington, Admissions Director, at 770-267-8955.
This book is The Man in the Moon by William Joyce. And he drew these beautiful pictures too. Let's read. The Man in the Moon. And this one was edited by Laura Geringer Books. Of course you know the guardians of childhood. You've known them since before you can remember, and you'll know them till your memories are like twilight, Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Sandman, the Easter Bunny, and others. But the very first one was the Man in the Moon. Many once upon a time ago, the Man in the Moon began his journey. It was during the Golden Age, a glorious time of hope and happiness and dreams that could come true. As a baby, the Man in the Moon had everything a child could need. His father showed him the wonders of the heavens through his telescope, while the Moonbot crew whistled a jolly toot toot to every passing ship. By the light of the giant glowworms, his mother read to him from her primer of planets, as the moon mice hushed one another so they could listen too. And he had a devoted little friend named Nightlight to watch over him. Together they all sailed from one peaceful planet to another in their beautiful ship, the Moon Clipper. At night, the Moon Clipper was designed to turn into a moon, so Nightlight called the baby the Little Man in the Moon, or MIM for short. Nightlight never slept, and every night he sprinkled dream sand over Mim and sang him a lullaby. Nightlight, bright light, sweet dreams I bestow. Sleep tight all night, forever I will glow. And as long as Nightlight watched over him, Mim was safe from nightmares. But darkness came to the Golden Age. It came in the shifting shape of Pitch, the king of nightmares. He had heard of the boy who had never had a nightmare, and this he could not abide. So he vowed to make that boy his own, a prince of nightmares. In search of Mim, Pitch sailed in his nightmare galleon on waves of fear, plundering planets, extinguishing stars, and scuttling every airship that crossed his path. Mim's parents knew of the perfect place to hide, an uncharted little green and blue planet in the distant galaxy. It was called Earth, and it had no moon. The Moon Clipper glided in deepest silence, speeding away from Pitch's darkness. Suddenly, out of the gloom, the nightmare galleon appeared, so close Mim could see Pitch standing on the bow. Toot toot, asked the baby. Where is that oh so innocent child who has never had a nightmare? Pitch demanded, glaring straight at Mim. Then he signaled the attack. Mim's parents commanded Nightlight to take the baby to a hidden nursery deep in the darkest tunnels of the ship. But first, you must kneel and take this oath, they said. Their voices rang out through the smoldering smoke and flame. Watch over our child. Guide him safely from the ways of harm. Keep happy his heart, brave his soul, and rosy his cheeks. Guard with your life his hopes and dreams, for he is all that we have, all that we are, and all that we will ever be. The battle rocked the Moon Clipper, as Nightlight rushed Mem to safety, seeing a tear on the frightened child's cheek. He took it and held it close to his heart. Fiercely, he repeated his oath. Then he felt a searing pain. When he opened his hand, the tear had changed into a brilliant diamond, sharp as a dagger. "Remember me in dreams," he whispered to Mem as he flickered away to face Pitch. The Galaxies had never known such a battle. Mem's parents and their crew fought valiantly, but they were overwhelmed at last. Mem's parents were captured, and all seemed lost. Nightlight knew what he must do. Whatever the cost, Mem must not become a prince of nightmares. With the diamond dagger held aloft, Nightlight flew bravely forward. He aimed the weapon at Pitch's heart. There was a blinding flash, then a great explosion. When all was still, Mem crawled up to the surface. "Toot toot," he whispered. His parents didn't answer. He looked around him. Pitch and his galleon had vanished. The beautiful hull of the Moon Clipper had been blasted away. It was now just a moon and would never sail again. "Toot," he called once more and listened. Again no answer came. Finally he looked up at the sky. He saw a group of new stars shimmering above him. He stared at them until he was sure. His mother and father were there, far away, but still there. But what of the noble little Nightlight? The baby glimpsed a shooting star as bright as dream sand, and it fell to earth. Slowly the remaining moonbots, moon mice, and giant glowworms surrounded Mem. The only words he knew were "toot toot," so he said them over and over again. Gently they lifted Mem up and carried him into the tunnels of the moon. The baby looked up at the sky and waved, gazing longingly at his parents' constellation. Now he truly was Mem, the littlest man in the moon. Mem's new life had many comforts. Every night, one of the lunar moths would circle the moon with Mem on its soft, woolly back. He'd stay awake long enough to see his parents' constellation. Then he'd sleep and dream of Nightland and their gentle golden age. As time passed, the moon became a planet-sized playground for the boy. There was so little gravity that with one hop he could bounce over the tallest mountain. After a long day of adventuring, dinners were always a treat. Lunar ice cream, comet surprise, space juice nectarine, and each meal was lit by schools of starfish that swam through the evening sky. As young Mem wandered through the moon's tunnels, he discovered the primer his mother used to read to him. In the book was something he had completely forgotten: the little green and blue planet. He ran to his father's telescope. As he peered into it, he remembered the long ago shooting star that had fallen to Earth. But it was not nightlight he found. "There are children on earth, children like me," he cried. Years went by, and the man in the moon was no longer a little boy. His new friends on earth were very far away, but their lost balloons often floated up to the moon. Mem found that if he held them to his ear, he could hear the hopes and dreams of the children who had lost them. He listened carefully. Soon he had a whole collection of lost balloons. Mem learned that sometimes the children just needed a toy or a candy or a prize or a sweet dream or a good story to cheer them up. So Mem gazed down upon the earth, scanning mountain tops so remote they were hidden in clouds. There he found a grand toy maker to make the children toys, a regal rabbit to make them candy eggs, and a fairy from the kingdom of Punjab Hailu to leave prizes under their pillows. He even found a sleepy little fellow on a faraway sandy island who seemed to know all there was to know about dreams. And lastly, Mem brought the children of earth a lovely lady who would tell them stories. But for all the joy Mem brought to earth, there was one thing he had not been able to change. The children were still afraid of the dark. Although Pitch and his nightmare men were nowhere to be seen, Mem knew that the children still had nightmares. After all, at this time, he had never had one himself. Mem thought he would know everything when he grew up, but of course he did not. "This growing up is a tricky business," he said to himself. Every day he listened to the lost balloons and watched the children through his telescope and wondered how he could help them. "If only I could find them a friend like Nightlight," he thought. And so, deep in thought and remembering his friend, Mem kicked a rock and then another, revealing a pile of very bright sand. He stopped and stared. It reminded him of the dream sand that Nightlight had sprinkled over him when he was a baby. Mem laughed to himself and went on kicking rocks. He had an idea. Soon the moonbots and moon mice were kicking rocks too. When the moon mice were so tired that they could hardly hold up their tails, and the moonbots were so creaky that they could barely move, Mem called upon the toy maker and the rabbit, the fairy, and the others from Earth to fly up and lend a hand. And then finally, when everyone was too tired even to complain, the man in the moon smiled and summoned the lunar moths. The bright sand had made the moon 100 times brighter. Now the children of Earth will see the moon's smiling face and know they have a nightlight to guard them forever, said Mem. And for a moment the distant stars of his mother and father sparkled more brightly than ever before. Mem began to sing. It was an old song, a beloved song, and they all joined in. Night light, bright light, sweet dreams I bestow. Sleep tight all night, forever I will glow. The man in the moon knew that he could be the guardian of the children of earth, just as Nightlight had been his guardian long ago. But he would need help, and so he gathered everyone together. "Now, my friends," he said, "kneel and take this oath." It was much like the one Nightlight had taken long ago, and now it would be their own. "We will watch over the children of earth, guide them safely from the ways of harm, keep happy their hearts, brave their souls, and rosy their cheeks. We will guard with our lives their hopes and dreams, for they are all that we have, all that we are, and all that we will ever be." So began the Guardians of Childhood. And for the children of earth, the night was never again as dark. The end. And I hope if you know a friend or someone that might have bad dreams, that you'll recommend The Man in the Moon by William Joyce to teach them about how the moon is a guardian of childhood.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.